November 14th, the all-important CPI will be announced. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in just a matter of days, the all-important CPI announcement will be released, and this has been one of the most highly anticipated announcements over the last 2.5 years, which will be released in a matter of just days here, and exactly what I want to talk about here in this video, because this will be on the behalf of October, and it'll also give us a better glimpse into what is going on for the American people and the plan going forward out of the Federal Reserve, as well as what we can expect right here in the United States, as well as for the economy as a whole. This is a very important metric, and we do want to watch the details very closely, and why I want to talk about it here in the video. Let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you informed with all of these changes and announcements as things are happening very fast right now. A lot of things are changing between now and the end of the year, and of course, the first few months of next year. It's a very busy time. So again, I'm here for you no matter what every single day. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the announcement coming out in just days. The CPI, what is it? What does it mean? And why is this going to indicate what is going forward here over the coming days, weeks, and months, and what it all means for us? At the end of the day, that is the most important question. What does it mean for us, right? We can always look at these reports. We can look at the bills packages, proposals. We can look at everything that the administration and Congress is talking about. But at the end of the day, we always want to know the same thing. What does this mean for us? What's in it for me, right? We all are wondering the same thing. What's in it for us, okay? That's very important stuff. Now, again, this report does directly relate to all of us as well, and why I want to talk through the details. Now, like I said, this CPI data release, this report is released once per month, usually right around the middle of the month for the previous month is what it comes in as. So this report that we're going to be seeing here in a matter of days is the CPI for the month of October, okay? Now, obviously the one for November will be released in about a month from now, in mid-December, and it'll give us a better glimpse into what is going on with the CPI and inflation for the month of November, but that's about a month out from right now. But this one is for October. Okay, fine. What does this actually mean? This is the CPI, Consumer Price Index, otherwise known as the inflation report. Now remember, since early 2021, so like 2.5 years ago, this inflation has been nuts, right? It's been through the roof. This inflation has been very high. It topped out last summer in June of 2022 at 9.1%. That was crazy high, right? Well, it's been going down very slowly ever since. And we recently heard from the Federal Reserve as well and all this stuff like this. Well, again, the Federal Reserve will be meeting. And again, in about a month from now, the Federal Reserve will be coming back with another meeting and talking about interest rates. And again, raising, pivoting, lowering, whatever they're going to do in about a month from now, but they will be back as they have a meeting once every six weeks. They come together and have another meeting. So my point is, very important stuff. Now, this will give us a glimpse into the inflation report, as in what's going on with inflation. Now, that's anybody's guess right now, because here's the thing. What we're experiencing in our own personal reality, like when we go to the stores and we buy stuff, is a little bit different from what we're seeing from the CPI data release, right? I've been talking about this for a very long time. Every month that it comes out, everybody cheers and says, look, it's down. Inflation is going down. And then I dig into the report and say, but look, things like housing, shelter, food, healthcare, stuff like that, that people that are living on a small fixed income, or even just everybody, is paying for on a monthly basis, and it's very expensive and it takes up the vast majority of somebody's income, is still going up pretty significantly, right? Prices are still rising and prices are still very elevated. However, on things like airfare and used cars and things that not that many people buy on a regular basis, maybe one-off purchases here and there, things like that are going down. Okay, fine. I mean, that's fine, right? That's good. But at the end of the day, it's not really pertaining to the vast majority of people. Either way, this is the announcement that's coming out. Now, I know there's a lot of you here in the community that do receive fixed income benefits like Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA benefits. At this point, we already have the announcement for the COLA, right? That happened a few weeks ago. Well, as a result of that, these new CPI data releases don't really have any weighting on the COLA anymore, okay? Remember, it was all based on the third quarter readings, okay? So The CPIW, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, was the information that we were looking at during the time. The inflation data released from the months of July, August, and September, which were the months that encompassed the third quarter of the year. Well, we're not in the third quarter anymore. We are now in the fourth quarter, which is October, November, December, right? So we are now in the fourth quarter. Therefore, the COLA has already been released, and these inflation reports are not necessarily that significant when it comes down to the COLA for your monthly benefit. However, it's still important because this directly relates to the money that we have in our pocket, as in how much money are we going to be going out there and spending as a result of inflated prices and lack of policies and bad policy, more like, out of Congress and things like this, things that they have not done over the last couple of years here, resulting in significantly higher prices for virtually everybody. Now again, let me point out some other things here as well. We just heard from the Federal Reserve a couple days ago, right? You heard me talk about that in separate videos. Now again, the Federal Reserve will be back here in about a month from right now. They'll be back yet again with another FOMC meeting. Now, they're going to be playing this inflation report into their next meeting. That's going to be very important as well to determine what's going on. Do they need to continue raising interest rates to lower this inflation even further? Remember, the whole purpose behind the Federal Reserve raising interest rates is to bring this inflation down. Has it been working? Well, that's anybody's guess, right? That's up for debate right now because there's a lot of people that say what they've been saying, or what they're doing is completely contrary to bringing inflation down. But there's other people saying, look at the Federal Reserve. They've done a great job. They've lowered inflation by, 5% or something, 6%, something like that, right? So we'll see what actually happens here. But remember, every time the Federal Reserve comes back and they raise interest rates, any balances that you're carrying on things like credit cards or adjustable interest rates, things like credit cards and adjustable rate mortgages and things like a home equity line of credit, anything that has an adjustable rate on it is going to be adjusting higher as well, right? As we've been seeing here over the last couple of months, credit cards and stuff like this, credit card interest rates are the highest that we've seen in years, like decades we've ever seen, right? Almost 21% is where the average credit card interest rate is sitting right now. That's very, very high. And as the Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates, that continues to go up as well. But on the other hand, if you wanted to talk about something positive here, we could say, wow, well, interest rates on things like savings accounts and CDs are like 4.5%. Wow, we're making a lot of money here, right? If you have any extra money to save, you can maybe be getting a little teeny tiny sliver of interest on that you'll gladly pay taxes on when it comes time, because that is now income as well. So that 4.5 is really like 3%, right? So anyway, interesting how the game is played, right? Yeah. Anyway, I want to break the details for you down for you really quickly in this report here, just to let you know what's going on with the CPI, Consumer Price Index. That'll be released here on the 14th, which is, what is that? Is that Tuesday? Yeah, so Tuesday will be released here. Some good stuff coming out here. But again, this is a report we need to watch very closely. Even though we might look at it and think, this doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't really care. It doesn't pertain to me. It's not going to impact my benefit. It's not going to impact my money. It does, because at the end of the day, it gives us an indication as to what is going on with prices. And if the Federal Reserve brings inflation down further, as they're trying to do with all this interest rate increases, then maybe, just maybe, these prices will come down as well. Depends. We'll see. I'm not sure where you're located, but what we're saying is not necessarily prices increasing as significantly as they were, but rather prices just holding steadily high like they have for the last year or so. Year and a half or so. Prices have just been hanging out way up high, and they haven't really come down. And unfortunately, they're probably not going to come down. So anyway, hope this helps you. Again, just want to keep you informed of what's going on here. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Always leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Anything I can do to help you out during this time, again, I'm here for you. Please make sure to subscribe. And again, happy holidays. I know it's kind of like getting to that time, right? Very closely here. So anyway, enjoy. Have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.